Hello and welcome to the Tea. Today I am going to be covering a very familiar passage in Scripture, and it's coming from Psalms 1, chapter 1, and it's about setting priorities. And I'm going to be speaking from the New Living Translation. Now, the New King James Version says it a little different, but they both have the same meaning. So this is what it's talking about. Now again, I'm speaking on setting priorities, specifically to your spiritual walk. And it says, "Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join with mockers, but they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the river bank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper on all they do. But not the wicked. They are like worthless chaff scattered by the wind. They will be condemned at the time of judgment. Sinners will have no place among the godly, for the Lord watches over the path of the godly, but the path of the wicked leads to destruction." So, as you can see, the first part just lets you know is joy for those who do not follow the advice of the wicked. There is a lot of information going on. There's a lot of opportunities to sit amongst people who does not have God's heart in mind. They don't even consider him in their decisions, and they are quick to advise you on how you should run your life. And unfortunately, it's not the way that you should go. And interesting too, some people give advice based on their past experience, um, where they may have made some bad decisions and they're trying to give you guidance so that you don't make those bad decisions too. But just because someone is giving you advice about what decisions you should not make based on how they live their life, it does not mean you should follow that advice, because your particular path may not even lead you down the same road that they were on when they made their mistakes. You have to actually go to the Lord for yourself and get some counsel from him. And he knows who to put in your life or who to bring across your path to make sure that you are going the right direction. There is a story in the Bible, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, of someone who was given instructions by the Lord, and they decided to listen to a person, and unfortunately, that was not the um, best thing for them to do. And I'm not saying that we should not listen to people. There are teachers, there are people in authority, there are bosses, on the jobs, and there are people who that you do business with, and you have to know who is giving sound advice and who's not. And sometimes you do have to be very upfront in letting people know that you're not going to accept that particular advice from them, and give them sound reason. Let them know that it is for biblical purposes. Now, because people are very critical and they can pretty much assess you to know whether you're sincere or not, they may not take you serious. They may think you're just using the Bible as an excuse not to listen to them. However, if you are really serious about following Jesus, you know how important it is to be very upfront when you need to be about what you will and cannot, what you will and will not accept. And there's no room for intimidation when you are standing on truth. There are those who will try to intimidate you based on the positions they hold, and that in those positions that you rightfully respect. But you cannot allow yourself to compromise because of somebody's authority. The Lord will address that situation. on your behalf. You just have to make sure you do the right thing. Now, if you have found yourself in a situation where you have not done the right thing based on intimidation, you can get that right. You definitely want to make sure that you address it. You go back to whoever it is you need to address it with, and let it be known that you did not respond accordingly, and that you are a person in faith, and that you need to check yourself and making a correction for something that you did agree to or compromise with. So that way the Lord will bless you in doing so. And of course, prayerfully do this. Um, Ask the Lord for direction on how to go about it. So that way you can have the outcome that the Lord intends for you to have. Well, I hope these words have found you well. And until the next time you sit with me, stay focused and enjoy your tea.